Out to the legal landscape, our legal analyst, attorney Dan Adams, joins us every Monday to break down the biggest cases happening across Wisconsin and the country. Dan, good morning to you. Former FBI Director James Comey turned himself in last week after the Justice Department charged him with threatening to kill President Trump.
Yeah, this is the second indictment that James Comey has received from the Trump DOJ. Remember, last year he was indicted for perjury of Congress. That was thrown out. So they're taking another kick at the cat, and this involves him sharing on Instagram a picture of seashells that were arranged in the numbers 8647. He briefly had that on his Instagram until somebody told him that 86 could mean some type of threat in some internet culture. So he took that down, said he didn't know that was the case. And here we are almost a year later, and the indictment says that any reasonable recipient of that Instagram post who's familiar with the circumstances would interpret that depiction of seashells as an serious expression of an intent to harm President Trump. Obviously, there's some First Amendment issues here, not only intent of Comey, but First Amendment, that if you're going to charge somebody with something called a true threat, a crime based on speech for threatening, that true threat has to be a serious expression of an actual intent to commit an unlawful violence or harm to someone. Certainly here, this probably does not suffice. However, a grand jury in the Carolinas actually heard evidence and indicted James Comey. He probably has a motion to dismiss based on the indictment. Certainly, if that's not granted, he'll have a trial issue here. But we're going to be looking at this for the next several months.
The makers of an abortion drug are asking the Supreme Court to restore orders by mail.
Oh boy, this is a huge issue for abortion policy in the United States. Remember, after the 2022, the Dobbs decision overturned Roe v. Wade, the response of the Biden administration was to basically tell the FDA and other administrative agencies to release or make more available medication abortions. So that's abortion pills, as well as allow these to be prescribed over the internet and on the phone. So the FDA did adopt guidelines really rapidly to allow these medications to be sent over mail without in-person clinic visits. Louisiana is a state that does not allow any abortion. They have challenged the FDA's regulation. They've gone to the trial court and then basically asked that this regulation be stayed or kind of held in amber and not be allowed to apply. The Fifth Circuit, which is a court of appeals in the South, agreed with them, and they stayed the FDA regulation, which makes these medications unavailable for prescription over the phone, over the internet. Just on Saturday, some doctors have appealed that stay to the Supreme Court, said lift the stay, allow the medications to be prescribed while we litigate this regulation in the trial court. We're going to see this week whether or not the Supreme Court lifts that stay or not. Even though this is Louisiana, it has nationwide implications because, again, this is a nationwide regulation from the Federal Drug Administration. So while it's a stay for this Louisiana case, it's going to affect people in Wisconsin and nationwide as well. So we're going to be looking this week to see what the Supreme Court does.
All right, some wide-ranging implications here. Dan, thank you so much. We'll see you next Monday for more of the legal landscape.